the return of the God, the ghetto Messiah. An earthbender with code start a fire. Mina mang rap, my haters wish I retire. Got bars in my own lane, hanga to maravaya. Vroom. Lendong showing confidence. The only rapper that's hated for being too dominant. Hardly get hold again, young Southern it's evident. I'm busy earthquake, man drop a shake on the continent. If I'm too Froz, I ain't go fun and not empty. Boy, I raised the bar, I'm tight like I'm a deadbeat. Never a has been, no korang a set piece. The manjing acting possess with spirits, the pro no empty. I mean the nani who rest in peace to the veterans. You shop up body, but you possessing better things. I'm
the boy, Berea Posterboy, killing verb. Yeah, man, it's a different episode today, man. You know, we got the one and only, the new age booger, Froz, man, all the way, man. You know, we actually in Soweto, man. Man, nice to have you here. You know, for touching base with the homies, you know. But yeah, man, today it's more like your day, you know. Yeah, niggas want to know more about Froz, you know, especially after that whole online traction, that whole game that you just gave niggas, you know. It's only right we talk to Froz, man. So yeah, I'm afraid to. First things first, you know, I'd like to say thank you to Froz, you know, for making it. Shout out to Bash, man. Bash is in the building, man. Money. Otherwise,
introduction when I'm to Froz, aka the New Age Burger, aka the Trip Makweru, my Petlas representative, Kasi Reps Finest, Mr. 2017 10K winner. You know what I mean? That shit is crisp. You know what I mean? You know?
So yeah, man. Yeah, niggas want to know more about Froz, man. Please, same here, you know. Please tell us more about Froz, man.
Froz intana semapetla, kasi reps. Hey, don't. The father, an artist, God of his skills are corner. Mr. Skill over Skelm, Mr. Tailor-made, Mr. Everything,
Thank you so much. Yeah, Hotman, so in a nutshell, man, when did you start this hip-hop thing, man, and what inspired it?
This hip-hop thing, sings and cookie, way back, way, 90s, 90-something. High school,
high school. So how was the vibe in high school? Was it that Cypher Froz or?
Yeah, it was the battle. And I was challenged to a battle. I challenge you and you know when you excel.
It's competition.
Introduction to the ciphers, the Gandhi squares, my session. I did it all, dog. I did it all.
I bless my chi. And then, based on what you telling me pretty much, right? So who would you say were the key figures, the people that modeled your style?
Okay. It was about Blazing Spear, Ronar Maroto, Mbazo, Lamakenge, before you know, before Procate, there were a lot of people I used to look up to. Basically, and most of them were also battle rappers. About Dramatic, you know, back then when Dramatic was part of Asylum Tribe. Yeah, I used to be like a heavy fan of those cliques. The Shaheeds, Asylum Tribe, Classified Chicks, Abu, Danger, Sasegu, Infinity Players. So those are the people that modeled me. So how I came about, I'm very best rapping slow. But now we used to have ciphers eating apparently. So my granddad would say, I don't understand what we say, you know. And then now one day I just sat and thought, how do we deliver this message to the average people? Because you know what, we come from a society whereby extraterrestrial beings on Earth, they don't understand. Yeah, they don't understand. No, I'm talking about your normal people, your day-to-day people. They don't understand. So if you can have like 10 fans, Ekaslako, where you going? What's happening? So you need to start here, Ekaslako, And then I know ukuthi mfana abantu abazokufatela abantu abangablom now recast lakho nana, but you need to take us like what mina cast lam kuno Froz.
Hayi.
Angeke ufike cast lam uthi Khabo Froz group bani?
Who's Froz?
Yeah, go like for example you cast like a height and then you like who height to Blomava and then who's height? I don't like that. Yabo. Mina cast lam mawuthi ubesh mfethu maye cast like before you reach cast like everybody was like before people know who Bash is. You know what I mean? So then it doesn't make sense. So how do I relay the message to these people with bang fatel? You know? So yeah. So what I said was there's a line where I said on Tailor Made that rapper to a point whereby landmark. It takes me as a way to Khabo Froz. Yeah, that's
actually fire. Sure.
That's dope. That's the level I want to reach.
That's actually so profound, Machi. So obviously we just looking at the key figures and what model Froz, right?
Yeah.
So as you say, Uti, obviously you started rapping in English, right? But now mfana go comfort zone, mfana.
Yeah.
And I would imagine obviously you're not supposed to rap in English, right?
Yeah, facts.
Mara style sakho mfana si simple, simelo, it's for the people. Yeah. So why do you think that from your English era to your comfortability now, what do you think was the inspiration behind that?
Okay. There's people like basically if you take the word Kasirap, no?
Yeah.
There's people that came from Kwaito.
True.
And then they wanted to rap. And when that was fashionable, when Pro made it fashionable. Wow. Pro is not like the inventor of
Kasirap.
He just made it fashionable. He made it a vibe. He made people want to
love it. Yeah, RIP Pro, by the way, man.
So he made it look good. So there were people who came from Kwaito, and then there's people who came from hip hop straight. And this was a meeting point whereby when I'm saying to you, Wuti, how you relay the message and how people by understand and then relate to it. So
okay, so it's more like giving it to the people.
Yeah, now you're taking it and then you translate it to the people, right?
Right.
But over the years, what modeled me and whatever. So over the years after doing it, you get to cases whereby I was chilling with these colored dudes after AKA passed on. Right. And then we're debating about the greatest rapper in SA, and they were like, Kenyan is the greatest rapper. Why? Because they couldn't relate to Pro. They couldn't understand what he was saying.
Yeah,
so how do you now, sharp, crossover, how, fine, remember we took it from English to Venek, catering for these people, but percentage still now, and it's not like, if maybe, let me just say 100,000 people don't understand English, and then you cater for that 100,000 people. Not all of them listen to hip hop.
Right.
Maybe 50, not 50, maybe 20k listen to hip hop, and 20k, maybe 2,000 don't like your style. Batanda uchaka dola, batanda. Because we're not gonna do this thing more fun. I don't rap like Chaka Dola.
And you don't have to.
Yeah, no. He has his style and he has his target market. Why I have my target market. Why I'm doing this? I had a track called Sponsesto that was against every protocol. Rap. I was hated for such tracks. I was. You know what, Mvita? I'll tell you. I've never went hip hop. I've always been the opposite. I've always I wanted it to work, but the opposite way. I didn't want it to be like, boom bap and we're doing this and whatever. No, I always wanted to find a different perspective, a different angle on how to reach the people. I've always been hated for it. And then later on people catch on. You know what? By questioning him, I think there's some pain.
Really, I got you. We got all day, man.
Cool.
At least they don't give this niggas game, dog. You're very different, Machi. Don't worry. Alright, so Manapeg, obviously, you shout out to Mapetla, right?
Yeah.
That's your hood.
Yeah.
Right, so that's Soweto, obviously. Yeah, Mafeti. I'll just say gas. So yeah, how does Soweto play a role, dog, in your style? Like because obviously we've got to bring up Chaka Dola and obviously Soweto niggas, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is his own identity, right? So when njengobuthi mawufike kasi kabo Froz ngiyacavio, so you embody my betla, right? So how does Soweto play a role, dog, in your style?
The lifestyle is Soweto, the lingo.
Yeah.
The reason why I started rapping in vernacular, that was after Zambia dropped Ghetto Tragedy, featuring Rev Tumza Nora and Double HP.
Aye.
When I heard
about Zambia.
Yeah, Zambia.
Aye.
That's the time I converted myself from an English rapper to a vernacular rapper.
Aye.
Everything that it's Soweto based. What Rev Tumza said related to everything that I saw. After tears, I was like, yo, if this guy can say it like this, so I mean, I live this shit. I've seen this happen. So if he can say it like this, there's more I can tell people. In this way,
I can do it better.
No, not better. No, I was inspired to do it. Like I was inspired. Like yo,
I can do that too.
And at that time, this dog. You know this cassette after Pro. It was. I rapped in vernacular, like Dala. I remember I did a track with some guy called Mkaka. The first time I was in a booth, I invited some guy called Mkaka. He was signed to Appetite Records. They ran some guy.
Which year was that?
That was in 2007, 2004,
that's like 17 years ago.
Yeah, so
I've been in the game. Shout out.
Mang invited Nemza from Squatter Camp. Bega PCU solo. If you remember, Nemza dropped a solo album. The lead single was King. I was there when he recorded it anyway. That's when I met TP. Remember this TP, the vocalist, was there 985 before they dropped telephone dial or something. When they were busy with it, I was exposed to these guys. So there was this Coca-Cola tour, high school Coca-Cola. So this guy invited me to record a track. He just gave me a beat. Like he's been killing sessions. At that time, I was heavily on battle rap because in hip hop session there was a hip hop session called Neptown session. It was in my Mapetla, so I had battled Umbazo.
Neptown, like for Mapetla.
Yeah. So I battled Umbazo. Umbazo was Miracle at the time, and when I joined this thing, hip hop, Miracle used to be like, I wanted to be that guy. So I had battled Miracle, and I won the battle. I've reached that point. So I was not into vernacular and whatever. And then they invited me there, and then they wanted the vernac part. They were like, yeah, cool, no, but we wanted in vernacular.
Yes, sir.
Remember back then, rapper, yeah, sure, but can you? Everything was in vernac.
Yeah, it's funny vernac.
Can you do it like this? Yeah, don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Don't. It's fun idea.
Yeah.
Did a track, and then and then the second time they called me again. Umkaka is having trouble completing a track. What? I'm like, okay, cool. And then I assembled these other guys. Basekas now they bar vernac. So I was like, nah. Pizza track studio gumkaka. Must figure. That's when I realized, when you're given an opportunity, it was in a crash on. There's these things. When you're given an opportunity, you take it. They given it to you. And it's my interact. Yeah, solidify your place, and then after the donza magents Tinas no mentality it's not it. Solidify your place and then donza magents. So yeah, not donza magents die but tell snacks and things are saying fuck nan you lose deals now.
I don't give a shit.
Listen guy in two slide Savuti community.
Alright. Anyway. Shout out. Yeah, so yeah, man. So obviously, let's look at Kasi rap then. Not even okay, let's say I don't know, J6 Soweto rap, but let's say Kasi, What do you think is the current stage or Because you just gave out something.
Joburg.
Kasi rap.
Kasi rap.
Okay, let's look at it from all over the country right now. What's trending? To the KZN freestyles, better rap. Who's working? Obviously, but what's the overall state? Like, is it something marketable? Is it something commercially viable? Is it something that upcoming kids can even wish to eat from it?
You know. I'll tell you something with hip hop. Yeah? We know nama subgenres, and we know there's subgenres, and then there's new kids on the block, and that. So if into besashis and then it azangivai.
Yeah.
Kuba inkinga we remarket and whatever. So the current state of kasi rap right now is suppressed. Yabo. Mainly maybe because some people are not marketable enough. Yabo.
Based on
your image. No, I'm not shitting anybody. I'm just saying. Yeah, no.
I'm a chancy.
I was once in a situation whereby Sangene backstage, I'm not going to mention names, but Sangene backstage security at yours as my phone about man. So yeah, it's not only Kasira. It's not only Kasira, dog.
Sure.
Hip hop was like that. I mean, there's been niggas from Philly, there's been niggas from they were never saints go hip hop. DMX has served time. Whoever. No man got to good ganga and now did now too good we allow bad corner.
Mara I'm a chance for marketable.
Yeah.
I'm a chance for marketable based on obviously.
Back then. Yeah. Fine, because music was selling. Music nearly on the you know what, you sell millions of records and then you know what, no more we flop. So about the flop right now the current state of hip hop.
Good point.
Yeah, you can't. Good
point.
Yeah, before Mandoza, they were troublemakers, dog. Mandoza accident, Febelo, PR because it brings more money there, so we can afford to cover.
It's a very good investment.
Yes, we can afford to cover. How do you cover up? We explain like we don't need this. That's why it's so hard for record companies to just groom okay, here's a new artist, but okay, traction TikTok, we are mangala massive value to like your Usmaman,
yeah.
Out of the blue, I was maybe but out of the blue there comes this kid. Pela Umatlera, if you remember people like Matlera Doughboy, he's been there.
He's been there. 8 years, 9 years ago.
Bro,
it's alright.
Asasha 2 piece dikise brown, avanga mabove kaslake nezinyo ngathi zidlabantu ka. Yeah, no, and before he wasn't even doing the voice thing, yabona. Bekasa rapper vela represent kaslake. Yabona let's manga cross a shooty video. Sala something for nya sala yabona lezidlabantu,
which is true.
So they had to obvious makwis katsako iPR in a way it has to yambona naye unokuthi sinini ngiyabiyele kazi so people like him, they've been there. He's been hyping Kulichana for years. But look, guy slot. You know when you're a prodigy and they have to clean that prodigy. Okay, fine, you're not gonna be Kulichana's prodigy. You're just gonna be this guy. So people like that, at least but you know. And then there's people like Vundu Abo Tony
Diamond.
Yeah, that
yeah, she's there. Mara obviously.
No, they dope. No,
it's marketable.
In fact, me now, I'm going to a hip hop artist. I'm from an era whereby rappers were not given a chance. So anyone that had the light in Utah Valley, there's some praise. No man, there's a praise. Konje wathubani umntwana ka Jimmy Lulu man beyicoka amafubu nanani baze bayikapa ngama disc.
Besha stuff esiwork.
You ishanga amadurek. You remember back then ngishaya amadurek ngene ku hip hop session.
Nokwamela ube nayo durek back in those days.
Waskama city mangena wakana ngama city yabakana ngama city ma performer la 88 beza dayipha kapa ngama city wakhe last day. That boy bega wadlala Friday on indadini le yabo fresh before nibiza one studio mix yeah wadlala la ka like you umrap yadlala ka yeah now yabona kune hope lento siyenza mase rap at least there's hope. So yeah, I'm from that era. So everybody's doing good, man.
As in, like, we work with what we have.
Yeah, I mean, dog, if you really yeah, at least
there's this, you know, go
completely one thing.
Yeah, no, that's
so embrace it.
So looking at career coach, right? Because obviously, I was much interfere. You know, there could be a few things missing, right? Just to grow the culture. So you've been there, man. You've done it. I don't think bucket list hip hop which will be empty.
Yeah,
I regret it. You know, like you did things. You came up with new tricks. Like if niggas haven't learned, obviously, file, right? So yeah, you also performed it Back to the City. How was that feeling, dog? Being on stage in front of a massive crowd.
It's funny.
And then
the funny thing with the Back to the City thing is that I was waiting for so long with Bang for so long. I need my rappers need entitlement they have to come. They have to come there.
Yeah, like I should be there.
Yeah,
which is a good thing though. Because it brings up that competitive edge.
But one day you realize, no, I have to work or come up with a different strategy for me to get there. So I did the 10K thing.
And
I was like, yeah, I'm not bigger than this, you know. So
the battle rap 10K.
Yeah, it's not battle rap. No, the 10K challenge, where the power play 10K challenge, where track. It's you're not even you're competing. Like you know, yeah. But Apollo Brown and Sky Zoo, I think. Yeah. And then I won that. Well, and the funny thing is, before I went there, the 10K being if I go budget. Let's not call.
All right, but so you believe.
Significa go budget, guy. Madam,
Spana,
there's an extra 10 kilos. That's
crazy.
No, that's not in front of
that's crazy.
On God,
crazy.
On God.
So justify, is it the leader 10K?
Yeah, we go in there. I'm taking you there.
No, I'm asking because I get too much obvious.
So yeah, the 10K thing. Yeah, leader was still under Big Zulu. I don't even know until they still rolled together or what. But anyway, Big Zulu was like a peer to me then. We're in the same idea.
Yeah, I remember that Big Zulu era.
Yeah, so Big Zulu Begada. And then yeah, first round Ngashano so something was a PTA but I should tell JP, the same guy that was doing my music videos. Or something. That guy, that was an easy win. I'm this.
What did you go?
Yeah, it's that. Backstage, this song like how it has to come to this, but man, I need that. That's my money. You know? Sure. And then Young Cannibal went on stage. Remember there was making a picture. See, there was a crowding. Who wants to battle? You know.
Word.
Yeah. Making my agent in 411 with my 411 tender. Making a tender.
It's a good initiative, though, you know.
No, it's dope. No, that's dope for the culture, man. Bigger. No, yes, it does. Yeah. So, Young Cannibal went on stage and battled in yeah, my semi-final go on mic or something. I forgot the kid and I'm sorry, dog. But yeah, but you dope. That kid was dope. So Young Cannibal we know. We had Uzara 10K stage challenge.
Shout out to KZN.
Yeah, petty check 5,000. But we need a gara. Atanya. I'm born losing on service. I'm to check one girl. But next way, I'm going to shale. Yes, as me, I ask Mang Figure event. You know, usually what I do before I get to events, I have like 3 performance sets.
Yeah.
I'm a different day 3. So if I get there and then it's like a conscious vibe and whatever, so I know that I'm already. If I get there and if I get there, I let's corner. So young kinto perform teacher was die. I'm
as in like you able to read the room.
Everything, dog. Yeah, and figure out about it. The Charlie. He performed before me. Young Cannibal can perform, dog. Like he can perform.
Yes.
So he did something was performing at really big and Hambang Island. If you're in Shanghai Hook before and my line, I'm very shaka. out. Young Cannibal, and then Leader Strat dog. I never got to face Leader Strat. I never took him out. What happened was he was up against JL. Ne? JL was urging Leader Strat good idea that performance. JL fuck trap. That was the time he trapped very fast. And JL was the most dangerous guy. When I got there, his first opponent, like failed like 10 the Sundowns the Paris le 6-0 super sport le Sundowns ne Chiefs le yabo stage ngiyashidile iyo inkinga le nine so sengizobeka kanje uthi lo amangimface akawo le track ngolibekela sure. When I got Mishawi Young Cannibal, so it was 8 contestants, right? So you go it's 4 rounds. Aye. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So and then the second round, Salani 4, right? Yeah, it's 2-2, and then we are go final. So we semi-final, I was with Young Cannibal. I have a part out. We just right there, what rapper, and then I couldn't again. JL because I got fact
it got cancelled.
Yeah. And then who's winning this round? But by 2, 4. Crowd by 2. Mabapu by 2.
Yeah.
And Mabapu ngaku final ngiwa ngabhetla ngiwa final ngasha track leli ngashana leli. Ngaphikisana nami. So
abobhetlela namamood.
Yeah, and angithi manje ngina sets what if bengishayele mhlamba yikho mina yabo ngasha ama track ayi2 ku final yabo bese crowd decide kuyine bani obvious. For me check it lo mera mina utayona sehambile. So the thing about Lega leader, that's what I didn't understand. I never got to face him. I never got to meet him. So after Uguina, my sister, a crowd and I want to meet I'm dope 150 was, I don't know like yo, what's up? It was next bomb. I take you. I want
that smoke, nigga.
I ain't fit out now. I won't die fair. Next day, that was what 2017, right? Yeah, that was 2017.
18.
We only got to battle 2019. We only got to battle 2019. So that nigga was holding it. The way I look at him, we should win no more to 2018. No more in 2019.
The chances are still there.
Which okay, fine. When he told me when I what one call and then the
4-1 had to organize that.
It was what 3 weeks prior the event. If you follow it, it was maybe 3 weeks prior the event, and the cut was already announced.
That was a classic.
Yeah, I got 3 weeks prep. I'm not complaining. I'm not even complaining.
As you shouldn't.
No. I'm rapper coming. We have one multi classic.
Yeah.
Somehow people say debatable. What? For the fact that at that time I was not into bell rap, the new bell rap. Ngajoyina le ukuthi mfethu umuntu makufuna yavele ethi nene shade box yonkinto kanje afana nale first year nana yabona that it's just
go to round 7.
Yeah, phela
ku round 3.
Yeah, le ukuthi kunama build up sama idea
benga time ama scheme
ama focus nida mfethu ngithi ngiyenyela le ngiyitshela le. So yeah, that was good. He got to unlock something that I didn't know that I had, and that proved to many people ukuthi alentswemile. Nangintswemka.
Ngiyashelela So yeah, man, what are the questions that were trending back then, Cho? Because obviously 10K back then was a very huge bag, dog. The culture wants to know, Cho. Inokuvele so iphathethile njengoba
usiphathethile ngapha ibika
ama-monitor
asasekhona namanje amagama lokho avelile waveli west nana yilawo ma-monitor i-microphone leyo i-sound card leyo ngathenga vele ngabeka yabona ngokuzibheka yabona le ipika zami nanje ila 10K mfana Umuntu bangibuza uyenze ngala 10k.
Yeah.
Yazi ngenzeni lama album lawo ka. Yabona lama album lawo.
Yeah, sure.
10k ka. You
Yeah,
lama
sure.
album
Yeah,
lawo.
sure.
And many more. Yeah.
Yeah.
5 albums deep. You like 10k.
Alright. Now thank you for the insight. So man, crazy.
Shy I'm fan at it. Or booze I mean.
Relax now. Whoever be guest teacher. So yeah, Fetu. So obviously there's always upcoming cats, right?
Yeah.
So if ever a youngin had to be in those shoes, like what advice or what would you tell the nigga to, or on how to execute it pretty much?
Okay. You know.
Because you just broke it down in a nutshell. Because that whole story summarized you breaking it down game wise. But in like, what would you say if I was facing the same situation?
Okay. I mean, I'm very and I always tell, not even in if you in this game, I wonder if you in it to blow up.
Yeah.
5 years, 7 years max. You're gonna leave it because nothing.
You still want to blow up.
Yeah. Everybody that I started learning music now, most of them they quit. And then till this day, if I could show you my WhatsApp, everybody's still saying you're still at it, dog. I'm proud that you're still at it. Yeah, and it's not about I don't do it to blow up, dog. No, dog, no. You know, that's why I need to don't do it to blow up. Don't do it to fit in. Don't do it now. Do what you love. So when you look back, you know, we are a very, very, very blessed generation, dog. We have clouds. We have your YouTubes, you can leave a blueprint, you can leave your footprint. Your footprint is. I don't think anybody in this room knows their great-great-grandfather or great-great-grandmother or whatever.
True.
You have an opportunity that 5 to 6 generations from now, they will still remember you.
Yeah.
So how do you...
It's what we say on YouTube.
It doesn't matter, dog.
There's a footage.
A cloud, yes. That footprint is what we call some way, somehow, dog.
Right.
These as bold that it's as bold. Right. So if your iTunes, your Spotify's and whatever, everything that's there, dog. There's videos, there's whatever. So they'll get to see you talk, hear your voice, see your movement. You know, I
look for resemblances. You know,
so we are blessed to have that. So I'm saying to the young kids that are coming up, do what you love.
Yeah.
Grandkids and whatever, so
you've got nothing to show
so do what you love. Something that you're not gonna. I didn't wanna. I mean, I'm a bit being a fool with my type nami. Fit in and be a clown. Trend. I don't want to be a big tosser to fit in, make a joke out of myself, and then people love that, and then now I can't redeem or I can't keep up with that because my saying from Veza, and then the world's like, no, we don't know you, dog. We want that clown. It does happen. It does happen where a gimmick takes off. And then yourself, you don't, but you gotta maintain. You gotta know what is it something that you're gonna be proud of. So for little kids, do what you love. Do what you love.
Okay, just to add on, do you feel like also reinventing it yourself also helps?
It does. KO reinvents himself every single time. KO is the greatest OG in South African hip hop. KO is what people think pro is what people think Keenan is what people think Double HP is. He has done everything that all these OGs did.
Which is true,
KO, Double HP put niggas on.
Word. Fact.
KO put niggas on. A lot. Generations wise. There was a generation of Cash Time, there was a generation of Skanda World. You know, he put these boys on. That's a lot. That's money from his pocket that he put on. Right?
Coming from Tear Gas,
yes. So yes, KO put niggas on. KO possesses the same skill. So rapper, artistry, whatever. He takes every bucket.
He's smart.
Yes.
He's a good business.
Pro Kid is a dope wordsmith. Pro Kid is dope. Sonic wise, music wise, KO takes the bucket. And there's still humility. He still says no, these kids are great because he still sees them. And once you see you don't stop being great. Once you think you are greater than everybody else, you've reached the ceiling. There's no way of you going up. They are bouncer and then he allows you decline and then you start criticizing everybody. Yeah, wags.
Yeah, so my uncle.
Yeah, you don't do that. You see what I just said to you? Some of these new cats, I don't know, but I'm happy they making it big.
Word.
When you do that, dog, I will be, I'll validate. You're not boxing yourself.
Like more like
yeah, and then it gives you time to reinvent yourself. Okay,
Word.
so this is what they like. Right now, what I did is I came from a very conscious project, which was this tailor-made. I came from this very, very conscious. Yeah, well, I still have my uncle call me, and my uncle is very strict. TJ plays soccer. On my way back from Northwest, since last week we were supposed to conduct this interview, but we had to postpone. So when we came back, he calls me and he's like, guess what we're listening to? Yeah. There's a track called Teach the Kids. And then TJ recites every line.
Good record on TikTok. I remember there's this.
No, not that one. No, I didn't put it on TikTok. Yeah, so it's high time we teach the kids. So TJ, from a strict household, Vele, he's limited with Changamamela in. So for his father to say, this is what you should be listening to, So I came from that. Ne? So that's why reinventing yourself. Now I came back with a new age Kwaito sound. I was like, okay, fine, nobody's doing this. So I listened. This year how many hip hop projects dropped? And shout out to hip hop this year. Shout out to hip hop. Shout out to hip hop. Shout out to hip hop. Everybody dropped, dog. Everybody dropped. Yesterday, Dodley not dropping. Ice Cube dropped. Snoop is dropping. Shout out. It's my man, 20 time man, Matlera. Who? Everybody dropped. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know if Matlera dropped, but everybody dropped.
No, it's coming.
Yeah, 25K dropped.
Horrendous.
Yeah. And you know what? Everybody's dropping, which is good. In a society where people are saying hip hop is dying or hip hop is dead or whatever, or it's declining, everybody dropped. And the hype piano is not as much as
back when it
was last year at this time, So I was like, okay, cool. So since everybody's dropping, I'm not gonna drop like a tailor-made project. What everybody dropped this year, it sounds like something that's been done. And I'm sorry if I'm offending people. It's like I love rappers. I love hip hop. Yeah, but when you put an empty album, his new album right now,
DIY 3.
Yeah, and then you put DIY if there's 2 and 1, and then you put Manando, you put that other one, Roll Up.
It recently went gold.
Yeah, you put everything, and then you shuffle your playlist.
Yeah,
it's the same. You won't tell which one is from which because. Sonically,
I know. It's actually true. No, it's actually true.
It's like you. It's like.
But I would say it's more like a signature sound.
Yeah, we are going to easy. What he did with Kathleen was 2 cars, and then when he came back, Skelm for sale. It was totally different. So people couldn't put the face and the sound together.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So, akumelanga vele uzilahle. So singvela da nami singvela ngama G-string from album and singvela ngama G-string and yeah, fine. So mina ngathi my albums are not the same. They don't sound the same.
They don't sound.
Yeah. When you go, there's an album West. There's an album Chronicles of a Come Up. They differ sound wise. They differ. West is like and till this day, no one has an original copy of West. Including him, maybe. Best doesn't have an original. Do you still have it, dog? You have it. He bought 2 copies.
A smart man.
Yeah, he bought 2 copies. One was for the car, one for the house.
The builder,
There's a guy from not Mabopani.
Yes. PTA, right?
Yeah, he drove all the way and bought like 2 copies of West. And a week later, he called again, like, yo, dog, I played this album for my niggas. Gone. Gone, copy, gone.
So while we're on the same question, Froz, because obviously you pretty much answered this is using no, it's fine, which is okay. Like obviously you maybe be organic and you're giving me that. So there's this mindset, because I saw it trending online, right? But you're the first, okay, because someone did it recently, right? And then JP posted it online. I'd say you're the first guy to actually have your album on a USB. Now, how far true is that? What kicked in the inspiration? What made you think that, and what made you execute that idea? Because
I was never big on streaming platforms from way back, dog. This is what I'm saying right now. West, I'm a copy, so I would that in back on, I would DistroKid or whatever, Spotify and whatever, and it doesn't mean like we don't know these things. I do a DistroKid account.
Yeah.
I got a distribution deal when I did TaylorMade. It's not like we don't have an idea or a clue.
Right.
I was never a big fan of 1 million streams. Maybe it equates to 1,000 rands. I was never, and Mautia Bega, we're not as big as these people.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You're not sure
in terms of what reach.
Yes.
Right.
You know, so it's not like I'll if MT did gold, right, as you say.
Yeah. In 3 weeks, I think. Is it
3
4?
weeks? Is it? You're not counting YouTube, right? You're not counting.
Yeah,
because
not counting
YouTube is not.
But it's got like a video on 1 million views in 3 weeks.
Okay, on what? On what platform is it?
On YouTube. Yeah, and then
YouTube. Reset doesn't recognize YouTube. It doesn't. So you can do.
Talk that music game, man.
Yeah, you can do 1 billion streams on YouTube, but Reset won't give you any play, dog. No. It's your Spotify's, your that's but in your combined streams, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but if you less the YouTube, maybe it's not that. So that's what I'm saying. I was never big. I'm talking about myself. So I was never that big on streaming platforms.
Right.
So I would love to meet my fans.
In person, have that personal interaction.
So I didn't have a team. So I was doing it one man. So everybody that bought West I had met in person. Unless but I would meet those people and back to the city everybody I had met in person. So I'm all about creating a cult. Yeah, I'm all about that. So if I can turn Aris's slimes into no, for real, he has a cult.
You need it.
Yeah, if I can convert that into real people, if I can only have 1,000 fans like that I've met in person like this, and they bought my copy, 1,000 fans. That's all I need. I don't need
times
your
150.
million. Yeah, I don't need your million streams and whatever. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm not. That's why I told you I don't do this music thing for the hype.
This process is actually quicker.
Trust me. Trust me. So I had to think of a way of packaging it and still, because people didn't have USBs. How this came about though?
Yeah.
My homie Bash had dropped a project.
Yeah. Shout out to Bash.
I'm still mentioning it.
Obviously.
A lot of Bash. My homie Bash had dropped a project called Clyde. And Bash is a hustler. He hustles, dog. Yeah. So when he dropped it, he was like, finally, fuck it, I finished. Like, finally. Now, and he'd always attack everybody, would say, Udropani. You see, that's how I saw. No, people from his neighborhood. So he knows, Ban, Begati, can't you drop an in? So, I think Tropile na. Was on board. So now, no, it's not that. It's now, I'm a city player. So he had converted it on his phone. I failed. No, here's a disc and I'll send it to you. Now, so that's and being I was with him all the way. I was with him. Cool cover, everything.
Yeah.
So now the problem was people didn't have CD players anymore.
That's sad.
When Bash dropped his debut album, people didn't have CD players. So that's where I needed to calculate. Okay, so where do we go from here? Okay, I saw it's phone, but we need something we can hold. And there's this homeboy of mine called Von Debza. Von Debza came up with the idea, the USB.
So Froz, don't you thinking a span?
And am I? No, not the USB thing was already in my mind. But how do we
execute
it? And read the track list. How track list? You have to have a track list.
Yeah, I clean.
So how do we do it?
Who do we call?
Yeah, and then Debza was like, nah, there's card USBs, like business cards.
Yes,
business cards. This is and I did it. And this is we don't end here. We don't end here. There's more that you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about it because
it should be a surprise.
We just ran out of the first batch of Skill Over Skelm, with no hype, with no celebrity co-sign, just one music video out with no bait from any. No, it's just me and people.
No team, no machine.
No, I have a team. I have a team. So, but the first batch of USBs is gone. So the second batch will be something similar to this.
How many was in the batch, my boy?
Man, we sold how? Oh, dog.
Hey, wanna know how much was inside the batch? Batch, we saw the batch online, bro.
Yeah, it was going empty, right? Yeah, we saw
it was empty. There was like 4 left.
Exactly. So like
Sanama order.
100. Yeah, dog. Listen. You sell the first 100, you go for the second 100.
And imagine,
that's great. The album is so nice that we don't even need. We might not put it on DSPs. We might not even put it there. We don't want the hype. We don't want your props, dog. I'm telling you, I'm saying YouTube. That I know. I don't do it for. I don't do it.
Yeah,
I don't do it for that. I don't do it for that. No.
But it also shows that you're very content. Yeah. You also come across as a guy that's very content.
Dog, I'm grounded, dog.
Grounded. Is it the family vibe?
Yeah, I've always been like that because I've never been a victim of peer pressure. No van or more and
right.
Do you know, fun? I thought this day I don't even know. Go to track. We taste again. I don't know. I've never done drugs. Yeah, the worst I've done, maybe it's weed.
Yeah, sure.
Obviously.
Yeah, but is the ones that what you trying to
weed is weed. Yeah. And my dad comes from a very strict. They bookworms. They successful. My dad's
religious.
Slightly. Yeah. Couple time ababugel on TV. They have either ITV. You find them reading.
So go makoko.
Yeah, kamakoko.
Yeah.
Radio for background. Ambience.
Right.
Yeah. I feel that actually like radio color pants. It's either my granddad newspaper, my grandmother begatunga, and she read books, and then Lesego study. They looking at Star Wars. My cousin one there's always black sheep.
Yeah, I'm a black sheep. Obviously,
so, my grandmother used to be proud of me. Sharp. Mighty she passed on. So there's a time before she passed on, she was like, "Hey, because all my kids have houses, they're successful. I like yo, crazy.
It has to maintain its
That house was never known for that. It's never so no, I'm not gonna. So coming from that background, Kabo old gay, it's the opposite. Kabo old lady, young kinch again.
Macris.
Yeah, Macris, young kinch. And still,
Menago kincha no Macris.
Yeah, and still, actually, Baba pull my first day. I'm from that family. And then I got influenced. A friend of mine, Saki. They have a bar in you can't be a genius on a pools.
How?
Yeah, pools or that. Whatever bottle you come with, I double it.
Yeah, like what inspires you, Cho? Like so, inspiration if you
see how Soweto built me?
Yeah.
That's it. And I mean, I'm at tracks now.
It's not you.
Sharp.
Yeah, I'm
track 4 on Skill Over Skelm.
Okay, our next question, Hotman. But thank you for the insight, though, man. Once again, yeah. Yeah, sure. So yeah, man. So the whole idea of us talking today, but I mean, as a person, right? like I love dwelling on the current situation and moving forward.
Okay,
right?
kancane before kancane avela zawuzene class yasingonyiwe
Mfana mina ngwesi cho yo
class nje ngithele ke
ha
ngibuze
no kucho yo ndoda mina isixoxa ndoda.
Wait, it's the kids next door.
Ngithi baba bangidlela umo. Bacabanga ukuthi ngwele kanti mina ntwana angiphila umo. Look, ngithile nene cage all along ngoba vele aminenima. Ngababuza bonke abanodaba, they will tell you I'm incredible, so compatible to generals. Mfana ngithi laba bangidlela umo. Bacabanga ukuthi ngwele kanti mina ntwana angiphila umo. Been chillin' in the cage all along ngoba vele aminenima. Ngababuza bonke abanodaba, they will tell you I'm incredible, so compatible to generals.